What's up, guys? Welcome into Bubba's Locker Room. Today's topic is something that's very near and dear to my heart: college football. I just can't get enough of this college football. I love it. Some of the best moments come from college football when you think of sport moments. And we're going to be talking about rivalries here. And, there are some obvious ones. You got Michigan versus Ohio State, Alabama versus Auburn, Texas versus Oklahoma. But I'm a Florida boy, and there's nothing better than that Miami Hurricanes versus Florida State Seminoles rivalry games. What makes this rivalry so special is that it's not just two schools that don't like each other. It's been a long history between these two teams, and a lot of the times it comes down to one score. And so it makes for great moments. Between these two teams, they've won 8 national championships. They've produced Heisman Trophy winners, Hall of Famers, and an absolutely absurd amount of NFL talent. But more than that, their entire season often comes down to one game, and sometimes literally one kick. Let's go back to the beginning. The rivalry started all the way back in 1951, where Miami won that first meeting 35-13, okay? Now, that's not really much of a rivalry, but that's where it started. And things started to really change in the 1970s and especially the 1980s because Bobby Bowden, legendary FSU head coach, was transforming Florida State into a national power in Tallahassee, while Miami was becoming one of the most feared and eventually the most hated college football teams in history. And suddenly that wasn't just a battle between two schools. This game between them had national championship consequences. You could see that in 1983 when Miami beat Florida State 17-16 after a field goal on the final play of the game. The Hurricanes would eventually finish that season by shocking Nebraska in the Orange Bowl to claim their first ever national championship. That became the theme of this rivalry. You beat the other guy, you might be on your way to playing for a title. And then came 1987, and I got some footage from this game here. It's a little bit blurry, but we're going to take a look here.
30 to go. Miami with possession and a third down.
Takes a snap, drops back, deep ball. Michael Irvin catches it, runs it down, 70-something yards with 2 minutes left to score. Take the lead.
73 yards.
73-yard tutty. You hate to see it. I'm a Florida State fan, and this really grinds my gears. So let's pause it here real quick. So yeah, number 3 Miami against number 4 Florida State. This was in Tallahassee, and FSU jumped down in front, but then Miami came back and ended up taking the lead with 2 minutes left. Florida State answered with a touchdown of its own, but instead of playing for the tie, Bobby Bowden with his big balls went for 2 and the win, but they didn't get it, and Miami survived 26-25. The Hurricanes didn't lose a game for the rest of that season and eventually won the national championship again. 1991, number 1 Florida State hosted number 2 Miami. I mean, these are the top 2 schools in the country playing against each other. It's bound to be a good game here. FSU led 16-7 in the fourth quarter before Miami fought back and took a 17-16 lead, and Florida State had one final chance. They moved into field goal range with less than 30 seconds remaining, and Jerry Thomas lined up for a 34-yard kick to win it. Let's see what happens here with this Jerry Thomas bum.
Kicking it on third down. Who's out there? Thomas or Mowry? Thomas, 8 of 9.
34-yard kick. This should be automatic, you know.
A 34-yard try.
And
is for a win.
packed stadium here.
This could be for a national championship.
Love the uniforms, those old retro uniforms. Here we go. Kick is up.
It's up. Missed it to the right.
Wide right. Bobby Bowden's in shock. Look at this guy. He is pissed. Oh, God. Everyone hates you, bro. All right, let's pause it here. So Miami goes on to win 17-16. And yeah, I hate to say it, but they won another national championship. And so yeah, that's the story of this rivalry so far. Miami somehow sneaks out a win. Let's move on to 1992 here. This is 1 year later, and Florida State is in the same situation. They have another late field goal against Miami. Let's see what happens. He's 3 for 5 on the day, so I'm gonna be honest, you already missed a 38-yarder. Not looking good.
39-yarder.
This is a 39-yarder. Here we go. Up. Wide right. It's wide right again. Not good. Look at Bobby. He's pissed. It happened again. I think they're cursed at this point. with the field goal kicks. I mean, find a guy who could kick the ball. So yeah, at that point, Florida State fans never wanted to see a field goal against Miami ever again. But in 1993, the Seminoles finally flipped the script. Led by Heisman Trophy winner Charlie Ward, number 1 Florida State beat number 3 Miami 28-10. Not even a close game. They dominated. There was no final kick, no heartbreaking finish. FSU simply was the better team. And after years of Miami standing directly in the way of Bobby Bowden's national championship dreams, Florida State finally went on to win its first national title. And that's when the rivalry swung towards FSU's favor. From 1995 through 1999, the Seminoles beat Miami 5 straight times, including a brutal 47-0 blowout win in 1997. But in 2000, Miami was ready to become Miami again. We all know that team was stacked. Superstars on that team. Number 1, Florida State came into the Orange Bowl against number 7 Miami. The Hurricanes hadn't beaten FSU since 1994. Let's take a look here. We have fourth quarter. 5 seconds left. FSU's down 24-27. But look who's on the field right now. It's the goddamn kicker. 49-yard attempt, and not an easy field goal. Not an easy field goal by any means. The kick is up. Wide right. It's wide right again. Miami finally takes down Florida State. And that victory helped announce the return of the Hurricanes as a national powerhouse in the country. A year later, Miami fielded the legendary 2001 national championship team. And yeah, let's move over to 2002. The rivalry somehow found another way to torture Florida State. It's another field goal attempt. It's a 43-yard field goal attempt. They're down by 1, 27-28, 1 second left.
This for the win for Florida State to upset Miami.
This is suffering for me. As a Florida State fan, I went there for school. This is torture, by the way. Kick is up. Wide left. Are you getting the theme now? It's insane. Miami survived yet again. The two schools even played twice during the 2003 season, including an Orange Bowl matchup before Miami officially joined Florida State in the ACC in 2004. And their ACC meeting followed the same script as many before it. Close game, huge stakes, and late drama. Miami ended up winning 16-10 in overtime on an 18-yard Frank Gore touchdown. But finally, in 2005, Florida State got one of those crazy endings to go its way. Miami was lining up for a potential game-tying field goal late in the fourth quarter when the Hurricanes botched the snap. FSU won 10-7. Very low-scoring game, snapping Miami's 6-game winning streak in the series. Florida State had finally stolen one from Miami after Miami had stolen so many from them. And even when both programs weren't competing for national championships every season, this rivalry was always chaotic. Florida State won 7 straight meetings from 2010 through 2016. Let's take a look here at when Florida State ranks 23. They're 3-2 right now. Miami's 4-0, ranked number 10. Let's take a look and see what happens here.
Last gasp, perhaps, for the Canes.
Floats it up. Brad Kaya, touchdown. A minute 38 left. That was a 4th and 5. That was a 4th and 5. Let's fast forward here.
What a throw by Kaya on 4th.
Here's the extra point. It's blocked. It's blocked. Florida State wins. Oh. DeMarcus Walker blocked the Miami extra point with under 2 minutes remaining, preserving a 2019 FSU win. Let's go on to the most recent years here. In 2017, Miami finally broke through. With 6 seconds left in Tallahassee, Malik Rozier found Daryl Langham for a 23-yard touchdown. Miami won 24-20 and ended 7 years of frustration and losing. In 2021, it was Florida State's turn for a miracle. This is when I was in college. I was in college from 2020 to 2024. I went to a lot of games. I saw Jordan Travis become the face of Florida State football, and it was goddamn awesome. I'm going to be honest. Let's take a look here. 4th and 14, okay? It's 4th and 14 here. Miami's up 28-23. Florida State is 3-6 at this time. We are not a good football program. 4th and 14, let's see what Jordan Travis has in the bag.
Under 25. Travis delivers.
Dime. 1 yard line. Under a minute left. I was at this game, and it was so loud, guys. I can't even tell you. It was so loud. We stormed the field after, I believe. But let's take a look what happens.
Parchment atoning for that earlier error.
Look at that crowd.
On the cusp of scoring.
Here we go. Travis, sneak, up the middle, touchdown.
And he got in, touchdown Seminoles.
So hype. So hype. I loved that game so much. That was a great time. So let's wrap it up here. I mean, yeah, as an FSU fan, watching some of those replays was absolutely horrifying to see. We got to figure out the kicking situation. It's an important part of the game. As much as I hate to say it, kicking is important. It makes you win games, makes you lose games. And the pressure gets to them a lot of the time, clearly. I don't know if the wind was a little bit gustier on some of these days, that it pushed the ball wide left or wide right, but through the 2025 meeting, Miami holds a 37-33 advantage in the all-time series. So yeah, Miami overall has been the better team throughout history. 70 games combined, separated by only 4 wins between the teams. And that's a rivalry for you. There's no better statistic that explains a rivalry than that. Because for more than 7 decades, the Hurricanes versus the Seminoles has produced blowouts, comebacks, future NFL stars, national championships, huge blocked kicks, botched snaps, missed field goals that will traumatize both fan bases for the rest of time. Thanks for going through these videos with me and the history of these 2 historic programs in college football. Super excited to see what this season brings for the Florida State Seminoles. Anyway, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching and listening. Peace out.
Watch the net just snap. Bubba run the offense, never need a map. Down in the paint, yeah, he clear in the lane. Got the ring on the finger, put respect on the name.